Brad Pitt's F1 leading the weekend box office, bringing in over $55 million domestically for the Apple film, a significant milestone given F1 is not part of an existing film franchise. Joining us here on set is Richard Gelfond, CEO of IMAX. IMAX accounting for more than 20% of the film's domestic debut. If people aren't watching this film in IMAX, I don't know what they're doing. It seems like it's a perfect fit for you.
It is, and as a matter of fact, it's an interesting backstory, which is over a year ago, Jerry Bruckheimer and Joe Kosinski and Apple approached IMAX. Now, the way it usually works is they find a distributor, which ultimately is Warner Brothers, and then they'll come to IMAX. But these guys said, we want to tie you up in advance, and we want to make sure we have an IMAX release, because they saw it the way you did in their heads. They said, if we're going to show this to the public, it's really got to be an IMAX release.
I mean, so much of the film is, and Wilfred, you haven't seen it yet. Like, you're in the car.
You've seen it twice. You've taken up my allotment.
It's loud. It's like race. And I don't think, I wonder, Rich, what you think. I don't think you have to be an F1 fanatic like me to enjoy the film.
Yeah, I'm not a fanatic, and I was worried. But I loved it. I saw it twice also. And one of the things they did was there's 15 cameras in each car. That they engineered a miniature IMAX camera, and the cameras work by remote control. So when you're in the car with Brad Pitt, by way of example, when he's on the track, if they weren't remote controlled, you wouldn't have that feeling of space and depth the way you do.
Oh, it's just I can't wait to see it. I've been slow on the uptake because I've been busy, not because I'm not going to get around to it. What's the numbers in the opening weekend been like relative to, if you put it in a bracket of the other massive movies that you've got to go and see in the theater, you've got to go and see in the IMAX?
So for IMAX, there's a very interesting statistic. Over our 55-year-plus history for blockbusters, movies that did over $30 million, we've only indexed 20% on 5 of them. We've now done 3 movies over 20% in the last 2 months. So there's definitely a trend where people want to see the movie in IMAX. So, again, the numbers were very strong. It's around 145 globally. They skewed more internationally out of the gate, and the reason for that is because F1 is a bigger sport outside the U.S., but some of the numbers in the numbers show that the drop on Sunday was less than it typically is. And remember, this isn't a movie. It's only one Saturday night. Like, every day is a holiday for the next 2 weeks. July 4th weekend in the middle of it. So in my opinion, it's going to track to a very good number.
It might have dropped on Sunday because there was a race on as well.
There was Austria Grand Prix, and it was a good one. Good little McLaren
Lewis Hamilton
battle.
Finding some pace before Silverstone.
Boy, look at you showing off the F1 knowledge.
It's really my kids. It's not. It's like my 2 boys are obsessed with it. Richard, your stock's up 65% or so in the last year. Has it been sort of return of these blockbuster hits? What's the primary growth driver here?
Market share gains, significant market share gains, like I was just describing. So if a movie would do 10% of the box office in IMAX, that used to be considered really good. And as I said, this one did 23% of the box office. Mission Impossible, the first 2 weekends, we did 20%. Think of 20% of the box office when with less than 1% of the screens. So the public is really demanding it. And as a result, the financial results have been there. The market share results have been there. And I think on top of that, the narrative around theatrical has been better post-pandemic. And IMAX, our best year ever was 2019. Then the pandemic came along, and we've guided this year to beating 2019 numbers, and we're well on pace to do that.
Got to ask you quickly about what you think about Denis Villeneuve selected for the next James Bond movie, because I guess if he does anything similar to what he did with Dune and like blowing everything out, then it could be a great IMAX title going forward.
Yeah, so from a personal point of view, I was really happy. I like him. I think he's a genius filmmaker. In Dune 2, that's one of the 8. We did over 20% of the box office. So, of course, in my mind, I'm fasting that forward for Bond. But he's so creative. He's making Dune, the next Dune, with IMAX cameras. He's filming the whole thing. So we haven't started talking yet, but I'm praying that that's the case with Bond.
What do you think this does for Apple?
I think Apple was leaning towards staying in the theatrical business anyway. They've already committed to another movie with Joe Kosinski and Jerry Bruckheimer, but I have very little doubt that this will encourage them to stay in a relatively big way. And at the premiere, I was talking to them about this exact subject, and they said they're all in. So I hope that's what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, they spent a fortune, up to, I heard, almost $300 million. I guess for Apple, not so much. But
and again, we've had a lot of success with them on Napoleon and Killers of the Flower Moon. So there's a brand affinity around quality and sound and all things like that. So I believe that's the case.
All right, Richard, good to talk to you.
Nice to see you,
After a big
Sarah.
weekend. Richard Gelfond, CEO of IMAX.